What was the last topic we did in class? Not in the Friday class, before Friday. Friday we did
आवाज
one.
क्लियर नहीं है.
मेरी आवाज क्लियर नहीं है.
सर हमने करा था डाइपोल इन यूनिफॉर्म एक्सटर्नल फील्ड.
डाइपोल इन एक्सटर्नल यूनिफॉर्म इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. ओके, हाँ भाई मैं याद कर रहा था. राइट बेटा, मेरी आवाज अभी आ रही है क्लियर या मैं फिर से डिवाइस स्विच बैक करूं?
सर क्लियर है.
क्लियर है?
हाँ जी.
ओके. यस, सो हमने गॉस लॉ के सारे क्वेश्चंस कर लिए थे. इलेक्ट्रिक डाइपोल्स, we got the electric field or due to electric dipole in all the positions, axial, equatorial and random third arbitrary positions. For any combination of dipole, we will resolve the dipole moment or we will find out the net electric dipole moment to calculate the resultant electric field. And then we saw the behavior of electric dipole in the external electric field. In external electric field, dipole does not have any force. We did all possible relations of electric dipole in field. So first was dipole in uniform electric field. In uniform electric field, if you put a dipole, uniform electric field means it will be always same in magnitude, same in direction. The charges negative and positive. This dipole is placed at an angle theta with respect to the electric field. I think this also will be positive charge will have force in the direction of field plus QE. Negative charge will have electric force in opposite direction, and these two forces cancel out each other. Net force becomes zero. But since these forces are not in the same line, they make a couple, and because of the couple, dipole has tendency to rotate, and dipole has a torque due to these two forces, QE and QE. This torque will be again anti-clockwise. Torque will be clockwise if we gave the rotation anti-clockwise. Then the body is slightly displaced anti-clockwise by an angle theta. Then the torque is acting clockwise. And net force must be zero in all these such cases where a dipole is kept in uniform electric. We calculated the formula for its torque also. Asutosh. Asutosh.
यस सर.
अच्छा, लिंक मिल गई थी ना आपको?
यस सर, जुगाड़ कर लिया था मैंने.
अच्छा, ओके फाइन. टॉर्क का फॉर्मूला क्या था? टॉर्क ऑफ द डाइपोल इज torque is force into perpendicular distance and distance length है L.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर.
Yes, Sudha?
सर आप प्लीज माइक यूज कर लीजिए सर, वॉइस डिस्टरबेंस हो रहा है.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, wait. Okay, I think we have to manage with this one today. I forgot my mic. I have the wired mic only available today, so okay, I think this device was better. बेटा इसमें आवाज आ रही है कुछ clear, Krish?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Better.
ठीक है, so I'll be using this only. And next class I'll bring. I forgot to bring my wireless mic. Wired one is there, but वो थोड़ा. ठीक है, let's manage for today's class. Okay, not waste time. Dipole in uniform electric field, net force is zero. Net force is zero, but the torque is not zero because forces are not in the same line. This will make a couple, and couple means
सर आप म्यूट हो गए।
So torque is Q into E L sin theta, where Q is equal to P, that is E sin theta. This we did last class. Yes. Last class में क्या था हमने ये friends?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Force is zero always. Torque is zero in some of the situation, and that is when theta is equal to 0 degree or theta is 180 degree. When theta 180 degree, then also force is zero, torque is zero. Theta 0 means force 0 and torque 0. So in both the condition, in both the position, the dipole is in equilibrium, which is no force and no torque. It will remain as it is placed. So in both the cases, no force and no torque, that means it is an equilibrium. The nature of equilibrium is different. And theta is equal to 0 degree stable equilibrium, and we identified why it is so stable and unstable. Because from stable equilibrium, if you give anti-clockwise displacement, then there is a clockwise torque. If you give a clockwise displacement, then there will be clockwise torque, and the equilibrium will be lost. Correct? Okay. Did we calculate the potential energy of dipole also? Potential energy of dipole. Yes. Potential energy of dipole we did last class.
No, sir.
Okay. Time period of SHM of dipole. Angular SHM of dipole.
Yes, sir. We did time period and angular acceleration.
Okay. From the stable equilibrium position, it is slightly displaced. In anti-clockwise direction, there will be a clockwise torque. Torque is opposite. So this torque is a restoring torque. Torque is minus P sin theta, and torque is I to alpha. Sin theta को हम clearly कहते हैं for the small angle. So angular acceleration alpha is minus e divided by I tan theta. Compare with the standard value, alpha is minus omega square theta. Omega is root pe by I. ये हम last class में कर चुके हैं. Just for the recap, root of pe upon I. P is the dipole moment, E is electric field, and I is moment of inertia. Angular frequency is this. From angular frequency, we calculated the time period of SHM. So when any dipole is released in electric field, it starts performing SHM. And the time period of SHM is 2 pi under root I by P into E. So the behavior of dipole in external uniform electric field, net force must always be zero. Torque on it may be zero. Theta is parallel or anti-parallel. Dipole is parallel or anti-parallel. Force zero, torque zero, both is zero. That means it is an equilibrium. But theta is equal to 0 degree stable equilibrium, 180 degree unstable equilibrium. From stable equilibrium, if we give a slight displacement, then the body starts rotating. Stable equilibrium and unstable equilibrium में difference कैसे करते हैं? Which quantity makes the difference? Force is always zero at both the equilibrium or all the type of equilibrium. The quantities are differentiated. Potential energy. In stable equilibrium, there is a minimum potential energy. At unstable equilibrium, there must be maximum potential energy. So this dipole, when it is placed at an angle theta, and in some specific position, it has some energy acquired. Potential energy किसी भी system में कहाँ से आती है? Potential energy of this dipole when it is kept in the external electric field at an angle theta. If dipole is free to choose its orientation, in which direction it will orient itself, always parallel, because everything wants to be in stable state. Stable state means minimum potential energy state. So if it is released, this will always align itself in the direction of electric field. Now, if we are disorienting, we are rotating it at an angle theta, which means there is a requirement of external torque, and that external torque does some work. This is the external torque, opposite to the torque developed by the electric field. The net work done by this external torque against the electric torque or against the torque due to electric field is always stored in the form of potential energy. जैसे हमने क्लास 11 में पढ़ा था, potential energy is always the work done against internal conservative force. But in this situation, there is no force, there is no net force, no net work done. But there is a torque, and we have to do some work against that internal torque, and due to that torque only. So potential energy of dipole will be represented by work done. That work done is not by the force. When there is a force, work is done by force. We have formula integration of FDS or FDS. Work done by torque is tau into d theta. Tau is the torque. D theta is a small angular displacement produced by that torque in the direction of the torque. So in this situation, the torque acting as PE sin theta. So it is minus of minus, that becomes external torque. The last word मैंने बोला ये क्या था? In class 11 we did something like this. This is the definition. Potential energy system में तब आती है जब उस सिस्टम के इंटरनल फोर्स के अगेंस्ट वर्क करते हैं. यहाँ पर इंटरनल फोर्स है, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड है, उसकी वजह से इंटरनल फोर्सेस का टॉर्क लग रहा है और उसके अपोजिट हम फोर्स अप्लाई कर रहे हैं. सो दैट एक्सटर्नल फोर्स इज माइनस ऑफ टाउ इंटरनल एंड टाउ इंटरनल इज माइनस पी sin थीटा. दिस इज इक्वल टू work done by external when external force is equal and opposite to internal. ये कुछ definition का पार्ट है potential energy की. Potential energy किसी सिस्टम में तभी होगी जब उस सिस्टम के internal force के अगेंस्ट वर्क कर रहा है और फोर्स उतना ही लगाया जितना कि उस सिस्टम में फोर्स था. अगर उसके फोर्स से ज्यादा फोर्स लगा देंगे मैग्नीट्यूड वाइज, then there will be a net force coming into the play. Net force का मतलब acceleration आ जाएगा और acceleration का मतलब now it will have one more type of energy called as kinetic energy. To understand again, we can see this example. Suppose कोई 5 kg का ब्लॉक रखा हुआ है अर्थ पे, इसमें जो वेट लगा होगा that is the internal force between the block and the earth, which is 50 Newton. हमने ऊपर फोर्स लगाया which is the external force, exactly
slightly equal to 50 Newton in magnitude, but slightly greater so that it starts moving up without any acceleration. अभी जो external force है वो सिर्फ internal के equal है और उसको position change करने के काम आ रहा है, ना कि उससे कोई velocity मिले. Work done by the external force against the internal will change its orientation. नीचे से ऊपर पहुंच गया इस side पे, it has required the potential energy. But ये work किसने किया? External force ने. कितना किया? जितना कि internal force था उसके opposite. Suppose अगर हमने external force लगा दिया 100 Newton. Out of this 100 Newton, 50 Newton is used in against the internal force, and the remaining 40 Newton is used in providing the acceleration or providing the velocity, which also gives the kinetic energy. So पूरे system में जो force लग रहा है net force is 100 minus 50 upwards. उस 50 Newton की वजह से इसके पास kinetic energy आ जाएगी और जो internal वाला force था उसके लिए जो work done होगा उसकी वजह से potential energy आ जाएगी. So now it will require both kinetic as well as potential. So terminology में थोड़ा difference है, ये words में समझना जरूरी है. जैसे work energy theorem क्या बोलती है? The work energy theorem says the change in kinetic energy is work done by net external force. This is statement of work energy theorem. किसी भी system में kinetic energy is always equal to the work done by all net external force. So net का मतलब है total external minus internal सबका मिला के. It's not only the external force that is applied, it's the net force acting on a body, irrespective of whether that is external or internal. ये बार-बार जो वर्ड में यूज करो external और internal कैसे डिफाइन करते हैं, कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं, कोई फोर्स एक्सटर्नल है, कोई इंटरनल है. अगर सिस्टम के अंदर ही एक्शन रिएक्शन पेयर दोनों है, then that force becomes internal force of that system. If both action and reaction pair are inside the system, that is called internal force of the system, like our muscular forces. हम बाहर कुछ बॉडी में खींचते हैं, then the pulling force that we applied on that body is an external force. Potential energy को थोड़ा डिफाइन करने के लिए, थोड़ा फील करने के लिए, I just took an example of classical error. ठीक है, तो आगे भी हम करते रहेंगे, don't worry. यहाँ पे क्या था, सिस्टम के अंदर खुद का ये कंजर्वेटिव फोर्स है जिसकी वजह से क्लॉकवाइज रोटेट हो रहा है. हमने इसको जबरदस्ती करके एंटी क्लॉकवाइज रोटेट करना है. उसके लिए जो एक्सटर्नल टॉर्क चाहिए वो उतना ही चाहिए जितना कि इसके अंदर सिस्टम के अंदर टॉर्क था. सो इट इज माइनस ऑफ माइनस और वो माइनस माइनस मिलकर फिर से प्लस हो जाए. सो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी ऑफ डाइपोल इज इक्वल टू इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ p sin थीटा टाइम्स d. अभी ना इस इंटीग्रेशन में बहुत सारे कमियां हैं. इज नॉट अ कंप्लीट फॉर्मूला कि जब भी हम मैथ्स में इंटीग्रेट करते हैं तो बिना लिमिट के कर सकते हैं, बिना किसी लिमिट के वी कैन डू द इनडेफिनिट इंटीग्रेशन. But in the physics, we have to always calculate or find the definite value of some physical quantity. Here, like it is potential energy of dipole. So, अभी हम इसकी लिमिट नहीं लगाते. Let's do it without any limit. Sin theta का इंटीग्रेशन होता है minus p cos theta plus some constant, let's say it is k or c. जब पोटेंशियल एनर्जी डिफाइन करते थे तो हम हमेशा कुछ ऐसा लिखते थे, ग्रेविटेशन पोटेंशियल एनर्जी द वर्क डन इन ब्रिंगिंग द मास फ्रॉम इंफिनिटी से उस पोजीशन तक किसी मास को लाने में जितना वर्क किया वो उसकी पोटेंशियल एनर्जी के इक्वल है. व्हाई इंफिनिटी? बिकॉज़ इंफिनिटी पर हम ऐसा अज्यूम करते हैं इंफिनिटी पे कोई फोर्स नहीं होगा. देयर इज नो फोर्स, नो इंटरेक्शन मींस नो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. ऐसा इस फॉर्मूले को देखिए यहाँ पे किस पोजीशन पे जीरो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी हो सकती है when theta is 90 degree. So ये जो reference to constant की वैल्यू है, हम theta ऐसा चूज करेंगे at theta is equal to 90 degree when dipole is perpendicular to electric field. This is the assumption. जैसे infinity zero पर है, infinity is at zero potential. That's not a valid known fact. That is an assumption because we calculate on the basis that at the infinite distance force is zero, but actually it is tending to zero, not exactly zero. Similarly, यहाँ इस फॉर्मूले में हमें एक कॉन्सेप्ट मिल गया कि अगर हम थीटा को 90 पुट कर देंगे तो cos 90 0, this term becomes zero. So we can choose the initial state or the zero potential energy state when dipole is perpendicular to electric field. ये सारा डिस्कशन बुक में नहीं होता है, इसको आपको जरूर लिखना है नोटबुक में. Formulas तो लिखे हुए हैं. Dipole is perpendicular to electric field. That position is the zero potential energy position for a dipole. डाइपोल के ओरिएंटेशन के लिए इंफिनिटी इज नॉट जीरो पोटेंशियल, वो किसी पॉइंट मास, पॉइंट चार्ज या किसी फाइनाइट चार्ज के लिए होता है। फॉर द डाइपोल, when dipole is perpendicular to electric field, that is taken as zero potential energy. तो इसको जीरो रख दोगे, zero is equal to 0 plus E, so this constant will become 0. That means potential energy formula is minus PE cos theta. Potential energy of a dipole in external electric field E is given as minus PE cos theta. तो डेरिवेशन छोटा सा ही 2 लाइन का डेरिवेशन है, बट इसमें थोड़े समझने वाले कई सारे फैक्ट थे। पोटेंशियल एनर्जी आई क्यों? क्योंकि सिस्टम में जो पोटेंशियल, सिस्टम में जो टॉर्क है, इंटरनल टॉर्क, दैट ऑलवेज टेंड टू अलाइन दिस डाइपोल पैरेलल टू द फील्ड। हमने किसी और एंगल में रखना है, देन वी हैव टू अप्लाई फोर्स, बिकॉज़ ऑफ दैट फोर्स देयर विल बी अ टॉर्क, एंड ड्यू टू दैट टॉर्क देयर इज अ वर्क डन, सो दैट वर्क डन इज, सो इन फैक्ट एक्चुअली इट इज सम ऑफ एक्सटर्नल डाइपोल। लिमिट हमने पहले डिसाइड नहीं की कि हमें इसकी जीरो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी नहीं पता है। आफ्टर इंटीग्रेशन दिस केम आउट टू बी दैट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द cos थीटा, cos 90 is 0, so if you put theta 90 means dipole is perpendicular to electric field, then it will be a zero potential energy point. At theta 90 potential energy is 0, it becomes 0. So potential energy का फॉर्मूला मिल गया minus PE cos theta. Theta is the angle between electric dipole movement and electric field minus of P dot E. Potential energy of a dipole is given as minus P cos theta or minus dot vector of P and E. So by this law, again, if you put theta 0 means minimum stable equilibrium. That will be the minimum potential energy minus PE. If you put theta 180, cos 180 is -1, -1 has become plus. At theta is equal to 180 degree at a stable equilibrium, it becomes the maximum potential energy. Right? Theta 0 degree stable equilibrium, वहाँ potential energy कितना होती है? Yes. पूछो कोई अगर any step is not clear in our इलेक्ट्रिक डाइपोल को एक्सटर्नल फील्ड में रखने पे फोर्स हमेशा जीरो होगा, टॉर्क डिपेंड करता है पोजीशन पे, पोटेंशियल एनर्जी इज माइनस पी cos थीटा, ऑन द वैल्यू ऑफ थीटा द पोटेंशियल एनर्जी विल बी चेंजिंग बिटवीन माइनस पी टू प्लस थीटा 0 स्टेबल इक्विलिब्रियम पे मिनिमम पोटेंशियल एनर्जी माइनस पी, थीटा 180 पे मैक्सिमम पोटेंशियल एनर्जी दैट इज प्लस पी। राइट? ये समझ आ गया डाइपोल की पोटेंशियल एनर्जी? आर्यन, ऐश्वर्या?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next is work done in rotating a dipole. The work done in rotating a dipole in external electric field. So there is a uniform electric field E, और dipole is initially oriented at an angle theta 1 और हमें उसको rotate करके theta 2 तक लेके जाना है। Initially the dipole moment vector is at an angle of theta 1. और इसको रोटेट करके हमें थीटा 1 से थीटा 2 तक रोटेट करना है। The work done in rotating the dipole from theta 1 to theta 2 means हमने डाइपोल को इनिशियली रेस्ट की स्टेट से फ्रॉम द पोजीशन ऑफ रेस्ट theta 1 to theta 2, work done in rotating will be equal to क्या चेंज हो रहा है यहाँ पे? Which quantity is changing? Potential energy. Initially it was at rest, finally it was at rest. So no initial kinetic energy, no final kinetic energy. But the potential energy, the configuration is changing, orientation is changing. So if potential energy is changing, work done will be equal to change in potential energy. बाहर से जो टॉप लगा के हमें वर्क करना है, that should be sufficient enough to change its position. Final position is theta 2, so final potential energy is minus P cos theta 2. Initial potential energy is P cos theta 1. माइनस माइनस प्लस हो जाएगा, PE into cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. This is the work done in rotating a dipole. Dipole को theta 1 से theta 2 तक रोटेट करने में फोर्स इन नॉन यूनिफॉर्म इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड किया था हमने क्या प्लस प्लस
क्या सर?
फोर्स इन नॉन यूनिफॉर्म इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड force in non-uniform electric field.
No, sir.
No. Okay. Fine. Next is non-uniform in a non-uniform electric field. How the dipole behaves? Electric dipole is non-uniform. Uniform electric field में force is always zero, torque is non-zero. Torque may be zero at theta 0 and theta 180. And when it is rotated, there will be an angle. There will be a work done due to which there is a potential energy stored. Zero potential energy state is when dipole is perpendicular to electric. Next, electric dipole in non-uniform electric field. Electric dipole in non-uniform external electric field. Vineet, we did this concept? Not yet. Vineet,
यस सर.
हमने किया था ये लास्ट क्लास?
नहीं सर, लास्ट क्लास में नहीं किया.
स्लाइड नहीं वेडनेसडे वाली क्लास.
यस सर, वेडनेसडे नहीं किया.
नहीं. Non-uniform electric field से पहले हम concept डिस्कस कर लेते हैं, then we'll derive the formula because non-uniform होने के बहुत सारे possible तरीके हैं. Uniform होने का एक ही तरीका है कि हमेशा constant रहे magnitude and direction. Non-uniform electric field first. First is any random case. Random case means electric field is changing in both magnitude as well as direction. मैग्नीट्यूड और डायरेक्शन दोनों में चेंज हो रही रहती है किसी फील्ड में अगर हम डाइपोल रखते हैं. So let's take this example of the size of electric field is like that of point charge. Point charge में electric field is changing in magnitude as well as direction both. Suppose we put a dipole like this. This dipole positive charge is put at point where electric field is different from the position where negative charge is. Positive charge पे electric field की direction लगेगा towards that is Q2. Negative charge पे इसके opposite लगेगा that is Q times E1. If E1 and E2 are the electric field at those positions where positive charge and negative charge is kept. पॉजिटिव चार्ज से फील्ड की डायरेक्शन में, नेगेटिव चार्ज में फील्ड के अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में, एंड these two are not in the same line, by the way, so they cannot cancel out each other. Net force is non-zero, and these two are also not in the same line, so they will also have the rotational tendency also. Net torque also be non-zero. In this particular scenario, when there is non-uniform electric field and dipole is kept, in this possible situation, it can have both, that force is also non-zero and torque is also non-zero, right? बट आवाज आ रही है ना अभी मेरी, क्लियर समझ में आई?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, अब इसमें हम कुछ ऐसा कर सकते हैं, लेट्स से इन द सेम इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड we orient this dipole in such a way that dipole is along the field line, along one of the field, maybe
सर आप म्यूट हो गए.
in the same similar type of electric field there is a possibility where suppose this dipole is oriented along the field line, so what happens then, electric field is different at different point, but the forces will be acting along the same line. इधर रखो, ऊपर भी रखो, कहीं भी रखो, the forces acting on this positive charge and negative charge will not be same but in the same line, right? In a non-uniform electric field, first was the general position of a dipole. It will have both torque zero and non-zero. In the second position, it will be force non-zero, but torque will be zero. So this is condition A, condition B, and these two are the both electric fields. The dipole can be here also, not necessarily on the x direction. In this dipole also, the net force will be zero. Sorry, net force will be non-zero because the charge on the positive and negative charge are at different position. Electric field is different, so force will be different. But
torque cannot be
सर आप फिर से म्यूट हो गए.
there is some disturbance again and again. हाँ, so electric field अगर केवल this is the two cases when there's a non-uniform electric field. Force is non-zero in both the case, or maybe zero, or maybe non-zero, depending upon the orientation. The third case is dipole is a non-uniform electric field, which is changing only in magnitude. अगर हम ऐसे कोई electric field consider करें, this is the second case. Dipole in non-uniform electric field, changing only in magnitude. The electric field which changes only in magnitude but always remains in same direction. One example of such cases, electric field due to a dipole in its axial position. It is always in the same direction as dipole moment vector, but it will be changing. So अभी हम इसको ज़्यादा समझ लेते हैं. Any electric field which depends upon the x component and always remains I cap. So practically तो इसके इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड बना नहीं सकते, but थोड़ा समझने के लिए ऐसा समझो कि जैसे जैसे हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, electric field lines are getting closer, but it is a uniform electric field. Right? तो थोड़ा सेंस समझने के लिए, as we go further, electric field is increasing, so the density of electric field lines are increasing, something like that. Electric field अगर ऐसी है जिसमें direction same है all the time, only there is a change in magnitude. In such case, both possibilities are there. Like if we keep a dipole perpendicular to it. If a dipole is kept perpendicular to the electric field line, then what will happen? What will happen? This is the same coordinate, x equals to x1. यहाँ पे जो electric field की value positive charge के लिए होगी, magnitude wise same electric field is for the negative charge. Forces will be opposite. So positive charge पे Q into E. Electric field x के साथ change हो रहा है because they both are kept in the same coordinate. The electric field will be same, electric force will be same, magnitude wise same, but direction wise opposite. Since both the charges have equal and opposite forces, in this situation the net force is zero, but they are not acting in the same line, so torque is non-zero. So if we summarize, in non-uniform electric field, there are all three cases possible. Both force and torque non-zero, force zero, torque non-zero, or torque zero, force non-zero. All three cases are possible, depending upon what is the type of non-uniform electric field and how the dipole is oriented. In this situation, dipole is perpendicular to it. Now the same dipole, if it is kept along this electric field, then we
Excuse me, sir. सर वो आपने x is equals to क्या लिखा है?
एक कोऑर्डिनेट लिखा है, कोई x equals to x1, suppose ये यहाँ से start हुई थी, x equals to 0, the position where this dipole is kept at x equals to x1.
Okay, sir.
The point is that negative charge and positive charge both are at the same x coordinate. Same x coordinate means same electric field. Same electric field means same forces. But since one is positive and another is negative, it will be opposite in direction, so they cancel out. But अब suppose हम इसी electric field में dipole को रखते हैं along the electric field line. Now we have to find the force on it, because then जो कि पिछला वाला केस था, the second case. When electric field is changing only in magnitude and the dipole is kept along the electric field line. Force on the dipole kept in non-uniform magnetic field changing only in magnitude. Changing only in magnitude. If electric field is changing in magnitude like this case, so electric field will be a function of x. As we go, x is increasing. Consider a charge, consider a dipole which is placed along the electric field line, but their coordinates will be different. Like minus, suppose minus q charge is the position coordinate of x,
So there is a short dipole, so that relation can be taken as x plus dx. Minus q and plus q. Minus q is at the lesser x coordinate, so electric field will be slightly less, maybe. Assume electric field at position x is E. So at the position of E plus dx, it slightly increases. Direction wise, it remains same. Magnitude wise, it changes from E to E plus d. In this non-uniform electric field, now we have to calculate the force. Because ये पिछला वाला case is the second क्या था हमने, that forces are in the same line but not equal. Positive charge पे electric field की direction में, negative charge पे field के opposite direction. The forces acting on positive and negative charges are not equal in magnitude, but they will be in same line, so they cannot provide torque. But yes, there is a force. So there is a net force, और वो force अभी हमने calculate करना. In this electric field, the net force on the dipole कितना आएगा ये? The net force on the dipole becomes q e plus de minus q into e. NCERT में concept तो नहीं है, but NCERT में इस concept based questions हैं, especially in the addition exercise. Q times E2 minus Q times E1, इसमें से Q common कर लेते हैं. E plus DE minus E gone. So this becomes Q times DE charge into that small change in electric field. Electric field के change को हम थोड़ा और change represent कर लेते हैं. इसको suppose this is a small length. X और dx के बीच में length है dx की. Negative charge is at a coordinate of x. Positive charge is at a coordinate of x plus dx. So the length of dipole becomes dx. हम इसमें dx से multiply और dx से divide कर देते हैं. Q into dx is charge into distance. Charge into distance is dipole moment into dE by dx. This becomes the formula for force on a dipole in the direction of electric field if it is changing in magnitude. किसी p dipole moment vector के dipole को E electric field में रखेंगे जिसका magnitude dE by dx से change हो रहा है, but it does not change in direction. The force will be given as p into dE by dx. Right? बेटा ये फॉर्मूला समझ आया? How we derive this formula is समझ आ गया? इलेक्ट्रिक डाइपोल पे फोर्स कैसे निकाला जब डाइपोल इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की डायरेक्शन में है, then it is p into d by dx. Force is p into dE by dx. dE by dx of is called electric field gradient, or it is called rate of increase of electric field with distance. Yes. Understood this?
Yes, sir.
With it?
Yes, sir.
समझ आ रहा है?
हाँ sir.
Okay. So now we can use the same formula to get force between two electric dipoles placed along the same axis. Next concept. Force between two electric dipoles placed in the same axis. Two short coincident dipoles. Force between two short dipoles placed on the same axis.
So suppose this is the first dipole of dipole moment P1. इसी एक्सेस पे आगे एक दूसरा डायपोल रखा हुआ है which is from a center of first dipole. The second dipole is P2 and the distance from center to center is R. We have to calculate the force between these two dipoles oriented in the same line along the same axis, but their electric dipoles are R distance apart. अब ये सिचुएशन कौन सी वाली हो गई? One dipole is present in the electric field produced by the other. P2 is present in the electric field of P1 and vice versa. P1 is present in the electric field of P2. एक डाइपोल दूसरे की फील्ड में है and that field, if we compare with the last three cases, axial position में कहीं पर भी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की डायरेक्शन हमेशा सेम होती है, same as the dipole moment, and its formula is 2kp by r cube. For a short dipole, electric field is or the axial position is 2kp by r cube. Now, हमें इस डाइपोल पे P2 पे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की वजह से फोर्स निकालना है. So this electric field is E1. If you consider that small length as dr, the force on electric dipole P2 this is equal to Q into D of इसका फॉर्मूला क्या था? P into dE by dr, that becomes dE by dr. Dipole second है और electric field first वाले की. Force on the second dipole due to the electric field of 1, it will be P2 into dE1 by dr. Force on the dipole because of the electric field. Electric field is because it is in axial position, it will be dE by dr of 2 times K P1 by r. तो ये 2K P1 P2 बाहर d by dr of 1 by r2 आ जाएगा, which is minus 3 into r to the power minus 4 minus 6K P1 dot P2 divided by r raised to power 4. This is the force between the two dipoles. Force between the two electric dipole is minus 6K P1 P2 by r to the power 4. So dipoles के बीच में जो force लगता है that is inversely proportional to r to the power 4. What does minus sign represent here?
Sir, repulsive force.
नहीं, minus तो attractive show करता है मुझे क्योंकि r इधर है.
अच्छा, yes, sir. Attractive.
Say both the dipoles are oriented in the same direction, like both are this, so there will be attraction force. So
Yes.
in same direction, there will be attractive force. और इसी dipole attraction को हम chemistry में बोलते हैं van der Waals force. मतलब एक simplified dipole ऐसे बहुत सारे molecules के अंदर छोटे-छोटे अलग dipoles होंगे. दो dipoles के बीच में जो force लगता है वो हमेशा inversely proportional to r raised to power 4 होता है. Clear? So that's why in chemistry we say that dipole is the weakest kind of interaction force between the two molecules. इससे stronger कौन सा होता है? Dipole ion and then ion. Ion means 2 point charges. Ion dipole means 1 point charge and 1 dipole. The weakest force of attraction is dipole-dipole, two dipoles. If distance is double, dipole-dipole force will become 1 by 16 times. Dipole-ion force becomes 1 by 8 times. Ion-ion force become 1 by 4. So dipole-dipole is much weaker than ion-ion force. Clear?
यस सर सर वैसे ये वाला हमने कर रखा है पहले
ये हमने कर रखा है ना?
यस सर
ये किया था पहले?
यस सर
एक बार पहले पूछा था क्या? मैं नोट्स रिवाइज कर लेंगे। ये हमने कर रखा है ना शायद?
यस सर
Okay. Next is electrostatics of conductor. That's why I asked मुझे लग रहा था आंसर किया हुआ है. Dipole and uniform electric field, dipole and non-uniform electric field. और हमने उसके सारे केसेस देख लिए केसेस कैसे लगते हैं और क्या formula है. Next is थोड़ी सी electrostatics of conductors. इसको हमने properties में पढ़ा है. Electrostatics of conductors. Notes को एक बार पीछे देख लेते हैं because I do many batches at the same time. कंडक्टर्स की जो पहली प्रॉपर्टी थी वो ये थी कि जब भी हम किसी इलेक्ट्रिक कंडक्टर को चार्ज देंगे the whole charge will come on the outer surface and that will be distributed on the surface. और वो कैसे भी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो सकता है, it is not necessarily a uniform distribution, but electric field lines are always perpendicular. Electric field lines are always perpendicular to the conductor surface. ये भी गलत है? किसी भी कंडक्टर को जब हम चार्ज देते हैं कि चार्ज कम्स ऑन द आउटर सरफेस, there is no charge present inside. हमने इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर जैसा किया था कुछ?
नो सर
चेक कर लो बेटा, नोट चेक कर लो फिर भूल जाओगे. नो, कंडक्टर के अंदर कोई चार्ज नहीं होता. there is no conduct, no charge inside the conductor. कंडक्टर के सरफेस से इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइन प्रोड्यूस होती है, that is perpendicular. और उसका रीजन हम इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइन में समझ सकते हैं because electric field is conservative in nature. किसी और एंगल पर होगी तो work done will depend upon the path. Now this property is that electric field on the surface of conductor is always given by sigma by epsilon naught. और शायद ये क्या होगा? Electric field on the surface of a conductor is always sigma by epsilon naught n cap, where n cap is outward number. Is outward direction. Here में ऐसा कुछ?
नो सर ये नहीं करा सर.
Vrishti, check your notes. Vrishti, electric field on the surface of conductor. Just on the surface we have to find the electric field. किसी भी irregular shape के conductor के लिए. So हम करते क्या इसके लिए? Suppose यहाँ पर calculate करना है. We consider a small cylindrical surface just like a field. Consider a very small cylinder जिसका एक surface बाहर की तरफ है और एक अंदर है. There are two cross sections, one side is outside, one is inside.
क्या ये?
सर ये नहीं करा सर हमने तो।
ठीक, अच्छी बात है। हमने क्या करना है, एक छोटा सा एक सर्फेस लेना है, छोटा सा सिलेंडर जिसका एरिया ए। कंसीडर अ वेरी स्मॉल सिलेंडर of its cross section area on the surface of conductor. So it's a very thin capsule tablet type का। एक साइड का सरफेस बाहर है, एक साइड अंदर है। Inside conductor we have already discussed and the property. कंडक्टर के अंदर कोई चार्ज नहीं होता, कंडक्टर के अंदर कोई इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड नहीं होती, so there is no electric field inside. जो भी होगी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड वो बाहर ही होगी। The electric field will come out only from the outer surface. अंदर की तरफ कोई फ्लक्स नहीं है, जो भी फ्लक्स है वो बाहर की तरफ है, and this flux is coming out only. There will be some charge enclosed by it. There will be some surface area enclosed by it. जितना इसका क्रॉस एरिया उतना इसने सरफेस पे एरिया enclose किया होगा। The flux that comes out is E into A. The flux that comes out is E into A. That will be equal to total charge enclosed upon epsilon naught. Apply the Gauss law or Gauss theorem for this very thin cylinder part. उसका बाहर वाला पॉइंट है वो शो करने के लिए थोड़ा ज्यादा है, but that is just outside and just inside. Just outside electric field is E. Flux passing through that area is E into A. अंदर की तरफ कोई भी surface कोई भी electric field नहीं है. That will be charge enclosed upon epsilon naught. Charge will be sigma into A. Charge will be sigma into A. Sigma is surface charge density. This is clear?
सर आपकी वॉइस ब्रेक हो रही है।
फिर से हमने एक बहुत छोटा सा सिलेंडर कंसीडर किया है। एक क्रॉस सेक्शन अंदर की तरफ है सरफेस के, दूसरा बाहर की तरफ है। क्योंकि कंडक्टर के सरफेस से बाहर की तरफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइन प्रोड्यूस होती है, देयर इज नो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इनसाइड अ कंडक्टर। अंदर वाले सरफेस में कोई फ्लक्स नहीं होगा, केवल बाहर वाले सरफेस में फ्लक्स होगा, एंड दैट विल बी E into A, राइट आशुतोष?
यस सर। सर आपकी वॉइस ब्रेक हो गई थी तो आप दोबारा बता सकते हैं?
नहीं, मैं दोबारा बता रहा हूँ। अभी आ रही है आवाज? अभी भी नहीं आ रही?
सर जस्ट अभी आनी शुरू हुई है।
Is it with everyone?
नो सर, आ रही।
No,
सर
sir.
वो मेरा हो गया होगा कनेक्शन, लाइट थोड़ा हो गया।
अच्छा, okay. Because I am coming very close to mic when I speak. So, anyways, क्या बात कर रहे थे? किसी भी कंडक्टर के सरफेस से इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइंस बाहर निकलती हैं, अंदर की तरफ होती नहीं है। हमें सरफेस पे एक फ्लक्स, सरफेस पे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की वैल्यू निकालनी है। So we considered a small point charge just on the surface. Just on the surface. बाहर वाले सरफेस से इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स निकल रहा है, अंदर वाले सरफेस में कोई फील्ड लाइन नहीं, so there is no flux.
यस सर।
We complete this cylinder. उसके अंदर वो छोटा सा चार्ज भी आ जाएगा सरफेस का, जो एरिया ए में है। Since surface charge density is sigma, the area in that charge A will become sigma A by epsilon naught. जैसे हमने वो infinite, so A gone. Electric field due to this shell will always, due to this sphere, is sigma by epsilon naught. E is on the surface of conductor. Just inside it is 0. Just on the surface is the sigma by epsilon naught. If it is a uniform charge, uniform area, then Q by A epsilon naught. Q is the total charge, A is the area. Electric field on the surface of conductor is always sigma by epsilon naught in outward direction, बाहर की तरफ perpendicular. Negative charge होगा तो इतना ही, but opposite direction में यानी अंदर की तरफ, because then sigma will be negative, it will come out minus sigma. Right, second property. Just inside zero हमने बताई है. अभी हमने क्या किया, इसी surface में this conductor, if we puncture a small hole on this surface, in a small hole, very small hole, on the surface of the conductor there is a small hole, there is an electric charge everywhere inside, other than that there is a space like that. Electric field electric field in a small hole on the surface of conductor. Conductor के surface पे now we create a hole. Small hole at the conductor, cannot say the electric field inside would be zero only, because अभी हमने conductor को थोड़ा सा change किया. We have to determine the electric field in this hole. Understood the situation?
Yes, sir.
Conductor की surface पे पहले charge था, it was distributed according to the curvature of the, not same at every point. But if there is a small hole, small surface is removed, and suppose that removed portion is of that small area. जितना बड़ा आपने पिछले वाले में Gaussian surface लिया था, suppose that surface is removed. So assume that hole is created. By removing the portion of cross section area. इस एरिया को वापस फिट कर दे अगर, then become the complete surface, and then electric field will become zero inside or outside का sigma में आप शामिल. Suppose due to this sheet electric field is even, positive charge की electric field से आगे होती है, that is even. Even is electric field due to removed portion. This electric field positive charge electric field is away, electric field is away, electric field is away. E2 is electric field due to the remaining whole charge. Electric field due to the remaining surface. So remaining surface के electric field will be positive, इससे अभी होगी. Assume it is positive E2. Electric field due to the removed portion will also be E2. Outside, inside E2. Positive charge से away, positive charge से away. E2 is because of the removed portion, E1 is because of this removed portion. E2 remaining की वजह से हमें क्या निकालना है? हमें E2 निकालना है. ऊपरले चार्ज पर हम हटा देते हैं, तो जितना बचा हुआ चार्ज है उसके इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड कितनी है? And the cavity are just inside. जो E1 E2 लिखे हुए नीचे just inside is not in the sector.
जो ये बात करें वो सरफेस की जस्ट आउटसाइड या जस्ट इनसाइड और जस्ट सरफेस की बात करें। एग्जैक्टली सरफेस पे सिग्मा बाय एप्सिलॉन नॉट कैसे वो हमने प्रूव कर लिया। जस्ट आउटसाइड by using Gauss law we have derived it should be sigma by epsilon naught, where sigma is a local surface density at that point only, and just inside it is zero. That is also surface के अंदर zero होती है, surface के बाहर on the surface by the superposition। जब दोनों को ऐड कर दें, दोनों का मतलब छोटे वाले removed portion को और अंदर वाले portion by superposition on the surface, net electric field is E1 plus E2, which is sigma by epsilon naught, जो कि हमने अभी Gauss law से derive किया by using a very small cylindrical Gaussian surface. Sigma by epsilon naught by on the surface. Just inside E1 minus E2 is zero. With add the two, दोनों इक्वेशन को ऐड कर दो, E2 1, 2 times E1 is sigma by 2 epsilon naught. सब्ट्रैक्ट करोगे तो E2 में आ जाएगा। Electric field produced by the removed portion as well as the remaining portion, both sigma by 2 epsilon naught, and it will be same. कैसा भी surface हो, कैसी भी cavity हो, if it is a small size cavity, electric field inside is always sigma by epsilon. Right? So electric field किसी भी surface पे, conducting surface पे sigma by epsilon naught होता है, अंदर zero होता है। अगर हमने surface की वजह से cavity function कर दी, तो उसके अंदर electric field will be almost reduced to R, become sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Right? So by help of this, हम ये पता कर सकते हैं कि remaining portion of electric surface, how much force does it apply on the first surface? पहले हमने portion हटाया यहाँ से, this portion is removed. Because of the remaining portion, there is some electric field. When charge is kept in that electric field, then it has some force. Because of the remaining surface, there is a force on this charge, and because of the force, there is a pressure on this charge. Next is electrostatic pressure on the surface of conductor. Electrostatic pressure on the
सर फिगर में E3 कौन सी लाइन है?
E3 है, E1 और E2 है।
सर आपने नीचे ओके सर।
E1 ये है जो छोटे से वाले के अभी हमें E2 है। बाहर दोनों सेम डायरेक्शन में थे इसलिए ऐड हो गए, अंदर दोनों अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में था। अंदर हमें ये पता है नेट इज जीरो, नेट फील्ड इनसाइड इज जीरो।
Okay, so this is the only 2-3 minutes. This topic let it be finished. So electric field inside the cavity. Inside the cavity, electric field is sigma by 2 epsilon naught. ये हमने proof. Okay. Okay, no problem. I think it's the time for chemistry class. So we'll continue electrostatic pressure in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.